What are we working on today? Trying to improve the airflow in the 36. Let's take a look. I want to cap this off, and I have a template here I'll show you. So we can force airflow through the radiator and not up and over the radiator. So I want to cap this off. And then I want to come down here and build something in here to pull a little bit more air this way at the top of the radiator. I might build it down here, but I think I'm going to have a hard time because of the fan. So from here up, again, that'll give it more area to pull from. This is the template that I built it a while back, and I had it taped in here. Show you roughly. And I had it taped down. And it made a significant difference. So before I go to the trouble of building metal ones, I want to build ones that are a little harder, a little better, and fit together better. So I took this template, drew it out. This is upholstery board, so it's nice and pretty heavy. Drew it out on the upholstery board and cut it out. Painted it black, and here shortly I'll be installing. This is the one that goes on the top. Now there's the template for the side piece. Now that we got it cut, this is how I imagine it fitting in here. There's that template fit in there the way I see it fitting in there. I'm not sure it's going to do a lot of good. Okay, we got this top piece. It's going to go in like that. See, that really changes the direction of there on the top. Oh, let's find our wrench and get these tightened down. When I do the metal one, I think I'm going to put, I've got two other places to put fasteners, and I think I will fasten it down in 4 places. The other two are up this way here. So what I'm thinking is I need something from here to here so no air is being drawn this way. Or I could cut it and just go from here to here, mount it here, and just have it where it's laying there. Or should I fab this out to come all the way to here? I could fab a piece, then take both pieces and cut it out, and that way this would here would flow all the way over to here. I got me another line drawn. Let's work on fabbing something up for that little, just to see how it's going to work before we go forward. So hold on a minute. I think I'm going to first drew a little bit here. I'm going to do a little notch and see if I can't go around that. We'll see. If not, we'll just cut it off. Okay, I got that template cut out. Apologize for the air compressor. So when I do the final, I can tighten this up, or I'm looking at it and think I can just go straight up through here, because what I'm wanting to do is stop all this right through here. So if I build that next to the metal template and just come from this edge straight up through here, I think we'll be okay. Or I could go like this right here and then cut the next one just a little bit bigger right there. I definitely don't need this right here, so I don't know. You know, I could tighten it up and just come through here and actually do a hole saw where that template would fit right down on it and it would have good support, and just come right out to here and cut it off right there. But right now we want to see if this makes a difference. So what I'm going to do is fit this one to this one where it won't blow off. Probably cut it right there and see if it does anything for helping control the temperature. But I think that really stops any air from going over it. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. Now let's go back over this. I wanted to tighten up. I had this hole in here, so I went and made a template, which I have the original one over there I just showed you all. Remember, that's the template that I had. You know, something else I thought of, I could build that, bend it on the metal, and come over and fit right over top that radiator, which stops any airflow through there also. I'm going to install this side piece. I'm going to leave that other side piece over there. I'm going to take it out for a drive and see what this solves. You know, my other piece I had taped in, which I found that, let me show you. There it is. And it wasn't in there great. But this template is just like I would build it when I cut it out of metal. As a matter of fact, this is the template I'll use when I cut it out. And it'll screw in here and screw in here. Now when I cut it officially, I probably will grind this back just a little bit so it fits a little bit better in there. And I'm probably gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna do it aluminum black. Okay, I tested it with just this piece, this side piece, and of course the other side piece in it. I let it run at 1500 RPMs for around 25 minutes. And once the radiator opened up, thermostat opened up, it ran 195. So turned it off, let it set a while, turned it back on. It was registering 200. It came right back down to 120, 195 real quick. Running it didn't make a difference. Now I do have a little bit cooler weather today, but this is the best performance I've seen out of the radiator. But I did figure out I am going to build a piece to stop air from going that way also when I'm going down the road, just to give it that much more help. But I'm going to do that a little bit later because one, I don't have anything big enough to make a template out of here right now, so I've got to get me something else so I can make a template. And the other thing I was just looking at, I want to build a piece from side to side, which will come down to where this yardstick is, to hide. I don't want to go back and mess with this, so I just want to hide it. So, you know, it'll come up to right here, and it'll fit flush. And I'll paint the top purple, paint the bottom black, and I think it'll look pretty decent. Won't be perfect, but it gets it to where see everything under that you would be able to see when you walk up to it. But if it's all painted black, I don't think you'll notice it. I think it'll look pretty good. So I think that'll clean it up. So actually this radiator deal, this proves to be good. Hopefully tomorrow the sun will be out and I can get it out and drive it in the sun in a little bit warmer weather just to make sure. I'll probably take the radiator and get it whatever it needs. There's a radiator shop in Cookeville, Tennessee, and just take it up there and tell them whatever it needs. And if I need a new one, I need a new one. but I think that's going to make the heating difference. So that's pretty exciting. Because I get that done. I mean, I don't mind driving it anywhere. It just, I hate arguing over, I hate it when it's running up to around 210. And that's what it seems like to run at most of the time. So we got that and the two sides on there. And this part that I was making for here, and I was going to make one for the other side, I didn't feel any air. I am going to make that scoop for the bottom, but that's going to be at a later date. But I think that it looks like, cross our fingers, we'll get it out tomorrow in the sunshine and drive it for, drove for a half hour today or 20 minutes, so maybe drive it for 3-4 hours and see what happens. Well, that wasn't something I was going to accomplish today. I'd come down here to work on the Buick, so I'm getting ready to go watch the Xfinity race here in a minute. So I guess the Buick, I still got a brake leak. I got everything tightened up, so there's something wrong with that one fitting, so I got to tear it apart and look at it. And it's all the factory stuff. It's not anything that I made. I'd feel better if it's something I made, because I would understand it. Anyway, so I got sidetracked on that 36 today, but that's pretty exciting. Ran it around for 20 minutes, and it looked great. So like I said, it's a little bit cooler day. We've had rain, and it's cooler. But I was excited. I've never seen it, even on cool days. It usually runs 210. So I think this might have solved some of the problem, and I got a couple other things to do if it didn't, and we'll go from there. So that's what we've been doing today. Came down to the garage to work on the Buick, and ended up working on the 36, and think maybe we might have solved a problem. So that's a fantastic friggin' day the way I see it. But anyway, making those templates and stuff's pretty easy. Do you remember copying and cutting out stuff in first and second grade? That's how it is. And then I'll show you, if this works good, I'll show you making the metal part, which is basically taking the template and drawing it out on metal and cutting it out again and drilling a couple holes and mounting it and being done. But we'll go through that. Hey, thanks for stopping by on this old rainy day. I hope everybody that's in the storm area, everything turns out okay. My daughter's in the Carolinas, and they've not had electricity and a lot of flooding, but everything's going to be okay for them. And up here in Tennessee, we just had a little bit of rain. So, hey, thanks for stopping by. God bless you all. Have a great day, and come back and see me someday.